to session 16 of the Resident Evil Regeneration campaign. As you can see, most of our normal cast is here. Unfortunately, Adam did opt to leave the game, but that allowed us to have Hales come back. Hales, please reintroduce yourself in case if we skipped your previous 2 episodes.
Hi, I'm Hales. I play Annika. That's about it.
Wait, it wasn't Annika.
No.
No, it was Annika.
No,
It was
Annika.
I feel lied to.
I guested, and there was an unexpected ship with Ray, and it was beautiful.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
now
We
we're
fumbled our way
traumatized.
into that.
Yes.
But
It's
we
great.
did. It was great.
It was awesome. Something I did not expect to happen, but who would?
But yeah, those of you who skipped them, it was a great 2 episodes. You should go back and watch them.
I think there was like session 7 or 8, but anyway.
I believe it was sessions 8 and 9.
8
That
and
could also
9.
be that.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
My warm-up question to you guys for this session and the next one is, how do you feel your character has changed since starting this campaign, and how do you view your relationship with the school, your schoolmates, and as a party? And you can answer this too, Hales, even though you're joining us this session.
Oh, yeah. Well, Annika went on Skillshare and learned a whole new skill. So she's been busy studying and becoming best friends with Sakura, which was unexpected. And I think she finds things to be sus, but she's still not exactly certain like what is it, basically. And she's coming in as like a previous adversary, I guess. Even though that was mainly with Daniel, but it could be interesting, like reintroduction. She's taken more of like a healing role instead of like a fighting role, so that should be interesting.
If this one's go, then I'll go next. Again, I feel like during the start of this campaign was a much more open and trusting person, but now that shit's gone down, he's kind of had to close himself off a bit more. And well, at first he trusted the school. He was like, it's one of the top schools. It's got a great reputation. It's got to be good, right? And now he's like, this shit is sus as fuck and needs to be like distanced from hard. These people are almost as bad as the people who killed my father. The students themselves, his friends he's still close to, though there's still that kind of distance he has to create because he doesn't want to get them terminated by sharing too much with them now. And the general student body as a whole, he sees them kind of almost as though they are drones now. Because he sees they don't have free will anymore. Then again, maybe he doesn't either.
You can go, Kevin. I'll go last.
Okay. Well, first of all, we already can establish that Alexander never fully ever trusted the school. He didn't really give a shit about it. And with the students, he wasn't really, close to them because, called him crazy, a freak, and all that shit. But with his friends, now knowing that that shit hit the fan, he's more worried about them than about himself. And throughout all this course of time, he has been changing from this this awkwardly character that doesn't, speak to anybody, wants to find out things, to this. I don't know what he became, to be honest.
More caring?
I mean, probably. He doesn't fully trust Daniel, Gen, or Ray anymore since that
Oof.
whole situation with them hiding something from him, even though they're in this shit together. But
Hey, Gen came out. He told the truth.
hmm. But still, okay. Maybe he has a slight more trust in Gen than anybody else. Ray is on thin ice. Not gonna lie. Um, yeah, I think that's about it.
Leaves me then. So Ray entered the school generally with decent sort of hopes. With decent, so he was very good. He was still the overprotective kid to his friends and people that he cares a lot for. Um, Generally, believed that the school was, okay, this is probably a good place to sort of study and get what I want, become the training the trainer that I want to be. Um, However, after over the course of the game, what has shifted was while Ray is still the overprotective student, he's now more paranoid. I think he's grown a level of paranoia after all the stuff that has happened, all the strange visions with all the whole sickness he's sort of gotten and all this stuff that's been going on has just sort of theaters him on the side where he's overprotective and paranoid about all the stuff that's happened. He doesn't fully trust the school. He basically thinks the school lied to all the students about all that's going on, and he's not really certain what's happening with them, what their motives are, and all that. He doesn't really fully trust them anymore. Um, with the rest of the group, he's still going to watch over them. He still watches over them as a caring kid as he is. After all that has happened, um, yet there might be some distance because of what has happened to him. Overall student body, then same sort of thing. Again, his overprotectiveness of keeping others safe is still there. That element is still there. Just now it's grown with some paranoia involved. So, yeah.
All right. Well, that gives me plenty of valuable info to at least see how, like, in character the party's doing. We're going to essentially pick back up relatively close to where we left off. I will say me and Hales need to do one more fraction of one-on-one RP before we get to the whole group. The one thing I'm going to retcon because I didn't get as far as I wanted to with me and Hales one-on-one session is your guys' session ended right after the scene with Vlad last session. The extra discussion didn't happen.
All right. Wasn't too much of that anyway.
Yep. So it's only like 4 minutes of screen time that's just gonna get oop.
I think we just basically talked about how to keep quiet about the secret, right?
You guys, there was like a little bit extra with the school security, but it's neither here nor there. Anyway, Annika, it's been about, I'm gonna say 2 days since the whole thing where you left with Mother Gracia and her security.
Okay.
Where we're gonna pick up is you have not been allowed to leave the admin building since that happened. More or
Is
less.
that a different building or the same one as the hospital wing?
No, the hospital wing is a separate building.
Damn.
So you've been in essentially the administration building where the headmistress's office is, where a lot of the teachers do their paperwork and other stuff like that. But you've more or less just been in a closed off room, and then like they've kept the door locked for the most part, and there's only been drop offs for food and to like talk about with other people as far as like what you know about what you know about the on abouts and goings that's been happening. Could you just fill into me like how forthcoming you've been with that, or not?
The most she knows is she saw dead Kenzo, and there was weird purple stuff on a desk.
Okay, so like, have my bigger question is, would you have been open about the stuff with Leon Simmons and then like what you saw at the concert and all of that?
Oh, like that she met Leon,
Well, no,
or
like the specifics of like your dealings with Simmons and Leon, and then like what you saw at the concert is my question. If you've really told them about that when they've asked.
I think she would have told them she saw someone handing something through the gate, but that's it.
Okay.
Because she figures if she was given a number on the DL, like being like, I have this number is probably not the best move.
Alright, that gives me more than enough to work with. So we're gonna say you've essentially been in almost detention in this room for 48-ish hours, maybe a little bit longer, a little less. Hard to tell. We've been in a confined space with like no natural daylight for that long. Can you just give me like Annika's mindset and thoughts dealing with this?
I think at some point her phone would have died because she didn't take her charger with her. So if it's just like a dark, small room and they're like, here's some food, and then they keep the door locked, I think she'll try to like she would try to like talk through the door and see if there was anyone out there eventually.
It's silent for the most part. You tell me, how adamant would Annika have tried that form of communication?
I think at some point she would be like, hello, I have to use the bathroom. There's not even a bucket in here. Come on, can I use the bathroom, please?
So at that point, you kind of hear from the other end of the door, you know to keep a bucket under the bed, right?
Oof.
No, I didn't. And she narrows her eyes at the door. Vlad?
Da.
What the fuck?
They said to stay away.
What do you mean?
I said to stay far away from Kinzel.
I didn't do it on purpose?
Hey. Maybe, but you did go farther than you had to.
Oh, sorry, you know me. I was like, oh no, what if there's a person in there and he's gonna fuck them up? YOLO. And then I went after him because I was like, he could fuck up another person. You know? Not cool.
Yeah, you got the point. Annika, I'm gonna let you know you're not the prisoner in here. This is temporary.
Well, it looks like I am. They feed me like 2 times a day. I've been in here for like what, like 2 days?
It's been an hour since you were locked in.
It's more like it's been 1 day so far.
Could you know you let me out? Slip me a little something under the door?
I wish I could.
Dude, you're like my fucking cousin, seriously?
Yeah. Sometimes our actions aren't our own.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Sure.
Annika, this is gonna be the last time you hear from me.
Oh, why am I not surprised?
It goes silent, almost uncharacteristically from Vlad at that point. And then you just hear a double knock on the door. I'm being serious. This is goodbye. I want you to know that I did everything in my power for what's happening, but my time's ran out. Take care of yourself, and I'll let you out soon.
She's like so mad. I think like when she was calling out and talking, she was hitting the door, and she's like, such a typical fucking line from our family. You know me. I always find a way to take care of myself.
Yeah, you do. And then you'll hear like a couple footsteps from the door. And then they'll stop and he goes, I hope you make it. I don't think many will. But I really am sorry about this. And then he just walks away, steps fading.
Is there a window in this room?
There's like an eye hole in the door.
Like if she turns around, there's no windows on the wall that she's...
No, it was very purposefully like they went with like the most sealed off area.
Can she try to like open the door?
I mean, you can try it.
What would I roll for that?
No,
I
you
assume
just, you just try to open the door and it's locked.
Well, right, but if there's a lock on one side, there's got to be a way to like
Unlock it on the other.
fuck it up. Yeah, like
You got like a hairpin and something.
a credit card.
How good are you at lock picking?
I mean, not great, but she's like, the shit.
I guess tell me what skill you want to use to attempt to get past this door.
You could
Okay,
try and
let me see.
strength feed it, maybe if you're strong.
No, she's not strong. Let's see.
Yeah, but this isn't exactly torture.
While you're contemplating what to do, you hear some more footsteps from the door,
Mhm.
and then you hear a click on the door.
She'll step back and see like who's there when it opens. Squish.
When the door opens, you see it open like full bore, and then the room already had like one light bulb in it, so you weren't completely in the dark. But when it opens, you see Mother Gracia with two security guards. I apologize about that, but I had to figure some things out before I just turned you loose.
Like, what kind of things?
I had to assess how friendly you were with some people.
Okay.
We'll take this to my surveillance center. Coming?
She like follows.
They'll
She's like getting out of this room.
yeah, they'll walk you to like a room. And the pathway is very complex and complicated. You have a feeling that this room is very hard to find on purpose. And you eventually get to a door with a red. You get to a white hallway with a singular red door at the end that's got a brass handle on it. And then they basically put in a combo on the door, put a key in, and then you see like a green light pop up above the door, and then it swings open, and it's this massive surveillance center with like all the cameras around school and everything, and all of the different like positions, buildings, maps, everything else. You get the feeling that this is the room that the security team uses just to like check footage, make sure no one's stealing anything, breaking anything, no one's like doing anything stupid out in the woods.
Can she see the infirmary?
Roll me a spot, actually, like awareness notice.
Come on, dice, don't hate me this time.
Rolls a natural one.
Kevin, don't. I'm gonna be so mad if I look and you screwed this up. 19.
Okay. One sec. Alright, with that 19, you can see the infirmary ward does have cameras. It's even more securely locked up than it was the first time you were there. You can see that most of the dormitories within it are still open, where they're just storing medical supplies, and there's a handful of rooms that have been massively barricaded. Within one of the rooms that still has the camera functioning, and you catch this as they're turning off all the cameras to the infirmary when you come in. One of the rooms has a purple chrysalis in it, and then it just flips off.
Wait, like a cocoon-esque thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Ray's gonna become a cocoon.
Nah, he's got pills. He's safe. He's safe.
Man be taking it for that lump.
Okay, she'll file the information about the cocoon away in her mind. And she'll like let the headmistress indicate where she should go. Like she's right now. She was hoping to try to notice if one of the rooms had Ray in it, but if they turn it off, like there's nothing she can do.
That's the only glimpse you would have caught, and it's because they very deliberately turned off the cameras to that area when you came in.
Fair.
There is a chair in the corner of the room, and Mother Gracie will just point for you to sit at it, and then she leans up against one of the consoles. Obviously, you know a little bit more than the rest of the students right now. The school is on quarantine completely right now, and I want you to know it's because we're dealing with a situation that will ruin this institution if it gets outside these walls.
And she pauses because she's like remembering like how Kenzo looked and like, and she says, and keeping the other students safe.
Indeed, that's why they're staying at their dorms right now, only doing remote classes. No one's to leave their building, and we have heightened security there. Right now, there's other factors outside the school that makes it not smart to move them, and our best bet's to play dumb right now.
Okay. Well, she'll say, I haven't seen my best friend since the concert, or since before the concert.
Miss Harrow's fine.
Okay. Well, I mean, is there something I can do to help, or?
Well, when we searched you and took your phone, we noticed that you had a correspondence with a number we haven't traced through our network before. And that badge in your bag, we left it with you for the time being, but we think it plays into something more. My question, and then she flicks her hands like that, then one of the security guards hits a button on the console and it pulls up feed of when you and Simmons were talking to each other. How well do you know that man?
I mean, not very. I've seen him like 2 times.
Are you communicating with him?
No, I was curious what was happening because before the lockdown, I guess, a couple, well, I was worried for Sakura and out of character, and her son was the one who got taken to the infirmary, right, Ricky?
No, Ricky's Dr.
Ricky.
Wright's son. Yeah,
sorry.
Professor
She
Wright.
goes, I noticed Ricky and Sakura weren't in class, and then everyone was acting really strange, so I tried to see what was going on. And I got caught.
So he left you no way to contact him? He didn't try to slew you in with anything?
No, I tried to play off like, oh, I left something important in the classroom. I just need to, like, get it out of my desk. And then he busted me and he was like, you don't know what you're messing with, child. Like, typical adult stuff.
Roll a fast talk.
I have points in this. Okay.
Might be a good
Let's
time to
see.
throw some luck on top of it as well.
Oh yeah, how does that work?
Whatever your luck stat is, you've got that many points of luck that you can burn throughout the session. You will add
Right
1
there.
point for every point of luck you want to burn to your
Where?
roll.
Oh, okay. So it says 2 out of 2. That's
So
what
that
I.
means you have 2
have-
luck points.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna add 1 just in case. Yeah, that's the right thing. Ah, damn, 14.
I mean, it's not the worst roll.
It's also really not a lot. Like,
So,
she
Mother-
doesn't know him.
Yeah. So, Mother Gracia looks at you, cricks her eyebrow a bit, and then she kind of chuckles under her breath. Well, regardless of how forthcoming you want to be, I can't really say or... I can't accuse or disprove what you're saying, but I have my suspicions. Regardless, I think you want this situation fixed as fast as possible, like the rest of us here.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, strange things are happening, and I was curious about it.
that badge you have will help you access one of the few secret passages we have on this campus. I'm going to employ that you help the other team of students that seem to be rather well informed on this matter, rather uncharacteristically well informed. I think we should help each other and stop anyone else from being involved as fast as possible.
I agree, especially if we can minimize the damage.
Good. Then take this folder, and she motions to one of the other security guards, and go meet the other students you'll be helping at the fountain.
Okay. And then she'll pause and say, I did see somebody during the concert.
Oh, I know exactly who you saw, but we can talk about that when and if you come back.
Ooh.
That it?
Annika says, when? And she'll take the folder and, like, confidently walk. Then she'll pause and say, which way is the exit? Because you said the hallways were confusing, and
Yeah,
I'm not sure if her eidetic memory skill would be useful at all in this situation.
One of the security guards will basically tell you, like, the set of stairs and, like, hallway and, like, 2 double doors to go through to get back out to the schoolyard.
You take a left, then go down the stairs, turn right, go through the double doors, turn left again, do those double doors, and then you're...
Okay, so we'll pick up immediately right after your guys' last scene where Vlad disappeared.
Mm.
Or
I
he has
think
seen
we
shit.
should, It always helps me to be doing something when I need to not think about something. So I say we get a move on. You cool with that, Ray?
Yeah. Yeah, let's see
Then,
what we can do.
Again, puts his big meaty hand out to help you up.
I'm already like going through the door by that time.
He'll stand up. He'll take the hand and stand up.
So we're having
Alex,
a bro moment. Alex is just like, "Fuck it, I'm out."
when you open up the door, you can see 3-4 security guards waiting for you. The one in the middle has like olive-ish skin, blue eyes, and like a little bit of a aftershave. And then he turns up, and you can see.
Shadow?
Yeah, it's like he's got the 5 o'clock shadow, like he shaved like a handful of days ago, but it's starting to get rugged again.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll just kind of pipe up to you. Mother Gracia has her task ready for you.
I see.
Let's go.
Okay, let's move it.
You're to meet her at the fountain. I'll take you there.
Okay.
Lovely. An escort.
Also, she said you're allowed to take 3 of your friends with you. You can just tell me on the way. And out of character, it'll be the same 3 that you guys picked last session.
Alright.
Did we pick 3? I thought we only picked 2.
You picked 3. You picked 3. You picked
Oh.
Akari, Martin, and Sakura.
Yeah. I thought we only had 2 because we the third one was Annika. She was like kind of being thrust upon the group as part of it. As
No.
the way of entry.
So, this guy really doesn't give too much small talk. You get the feeling that he's like one of the big people within security, though, at the school. If there's any idle banner on the way there, you can let me know. Otherwise, we'll just advance it.
Knowing that, well, what I see as he's escorting us, Alexander will probably, try to get as much information out of him and like not like out bluntly saying it, but like covertly trying to get information from him and probably try to get him on a good side.
Let's just say, for the sake of convenience and catching up on time, he very much just kind of stonewalls you on the conversation with like most boilerplate like answers. That's very purposefully avoiding any real conversation on this.
The only thing Gin would do is he'd try and like gauge the security forces. Like, are they like guides, or are they also like? Obviously, they're guiding us to the fountain, but are they there to kind of strong arm us if we tried to do pretty much anything out of the plan?
Right now, the temperament seems relaxed from them. Like, they're mostly just following orders from the top. You get the feeling, though, that, like, if you particularly give them flack, they wouldn't have a hard time doing what they had to.
Okay.
But right now, it seems like they're just very laissez-faire about the situation.
This is probably, so I was gonna say, this is the first time where Ray is not paying much attention to what's going on around him. Other than like basically following whatever where the herd is going.
Okay. You're eventually taken out to the front of the admin building. Then the couple security guards and the one in charge basically stand up on the stairs and wait for you to walk up to the fountain.
Gin doesn't try to resist that. And
Same.
we'll kind of be the one hurting Ray if he's not paying attention.
He's gonna follow.
Just follow behind.
Yep, and then you guys are waiting there for like maybe 3 minutes, then Sakura, Akari, and Martin basically get guided out the building too. And then they'll join you. For the sake of time, we'll say you guys are there maybe 10 minutes, then you see Mother Gracia open up the door, then you see a very familiar figure come out the front door and start approaching you.
Oh my god. And she like just she doesn't ignore Gen and Alex, but she hurries towards you guys and like stops, like giving Ray some social distance, like not like to startle him. And she's like,
Ray just goes,
throwing
"Whoa."
her arms around Ray.
she's like, oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
He
If she
snaps out of his
notices
stupor.
it all.
Oh, he snaps out of his stupor like when he sees Annika. He's like, "Oh, Monica."
Surprise! And she holds up a folder.
Gen is definitely looking at you with suspicion. Like it's obvious. He's not even attempting to hide it.
It's at that point when the two of you, being Ray and Gen in the front, are almost parted like the seas as Sakura opens up to see Annika, and then she just immediately runs up to Annika and hugs you.
You too. Give me a fucking heart attack. And there's like Annika, who's like dressed all in black with like her hair in a braid, like the photo, except the hair's in a braid. You also see like neon pink nail polish on her hands with like little Sakura blossom decals. It kind of matches like Sakura's nails. And you're kind of surprised because last time you met Annika, she didn't seem the type to like do her nails. And she's like, oh god, I thought you were, I don't know, hurt or something. And then like they locked me in a room for 24 hours and I had to like pee in a bucket.
Oh, that sounds miserable. I was wondering if something was up. You weren't answering your phone at all.
Yeah, it kind of died. And she looks around at the guards and she kind of like trails off like, I'll tell you the rest later. And she's kind of looking over Sakura's shoulder, like with relief on her face that Ray is standing there, because she pretty much thought he was like dying, or I don't know. I don't know what she thought.
I mean, if you give a look at Ray, like Ray looks sort of he's so shocked with emotion right now. After what just happened and him just sort of being a bit of a haze, he's just like lots of stuff just happened in like a span of a couple of minutes.
Yeah. And she'll like glance over at Gen and Alex.
When you glance again, he's got a nice big scar on his eye that he didn't have before.
Oh, that's new.
A lot's new.
Yeah, I know. She looks, I mean, she's cute, but she was like locked in a room for 24 hours and like, clearly there's like sweat stains on her clothes, like whatever got her like, you know what, like she's been through some shit too, like not as much as you obviously, but she'll kind of.
Debatably, yours might have been more. Mine was just more condensed.
Yeah. So she glances at you guys and she's like, so this is a little awkward. But I'm here to help. Well, yeah, I mean, in the competition, we were kind of like on opposite teams and stuff, but.
I guess at this point we're not really on opposite teams if all this shit is happening.
That's true.
And without saying, Sakura obviously like go over the hug at like the normal time.
I just imagine she was hugging her like this entire time in my brain. No, I'm kidding. The super long awkward hug. And she'll say, people have been acting really weird. Like even before the lockdown. But especially like right beforehand.
Yeah, lots of stuff. Lots of shit has been happening. I guess it's the best way to say it.
And she kind of, are the guards just like staying around us while we're like looking at the folder?
Yeah, they're kind of waiting for you guys to like open the folder and leave to go do your thing. They aren't really like interacting, they're just observing.
She does lower her voice and she's like, so long story short, I saw some like weird glowing eyes. It chased the guy down a dark side street. And then I was almost attacked by a weird Kenzo. And as she's opening the folder, she kind of like, I think she would have like slipped the badge in between the pages as she's like opening it so they can see like what the pages say, like what they're supposed to do. And she's like, basically, I want to help, but like obviously I'm the newbie here, so I'm just gonna like follow your lead.
Oh no, trust us, this is our first time doing this as well.
So you're just gonna show them the badge outright, like you just slotted it in the folder?
So far what she knows is that at least the headmistress like was like, I let you keep this. Like there's secret passages, so she's sort of like, it might come in handy.
I'm just asking if you've left it in plain view.
Well, I mean, yeah, she's showing them what she has, but it's more like, I assume.
Are you hiding it from the guards?
Yeah. So like, she held up the folder. She was like, surprise. let's take a look. And she opened it. I'm assuming people who are taller than her, she's like 5'4", 5'5", like gathered around to look over her shoulder at the folder. Like,
Gen,
Gen's
Sakura,
tall.
and Ray are all massive from what I remember.
Yes.
I think
yeah, you're all tall.
I think I'm as tall as Annika, to be honest. I think.
I thought Ray was under 6 foot.
Ray was. I
I
forgot.
thought Ray was like 5'8", 5'9".
I think he's 5'8", 5'9". He's 5'8", 5'9". Because that's
And then,
relative
then
age
I
of
know
17-year-olds.
Gen's like 6'2", 6'3". Sakura's like 6'1.5".
It's a very
Yeah.
cute friendship of like Sakura being super tall and Annika being like 5'4". So yeah, most of you guys could just like lean over and see like the pages and like
I think
what's-
Akari and Martin are also your height there.
Yeah, just to say she shows them the badge, but she's like not gonna whip it out in front of the guards, Abby.
Okay, so the badge you guys see is very much just like an umbrella insignia, essentially. But like when touched, the white corners on it glow lightly.
Gen's eyes narrow very, very much at that. Not at the lighting up, at the symbol.
Would I know why it light up, or?
It's just like upon touch, it lights up. Like if you just set it down, it'll go away.
Yeah, she says, so I, like I was explaining, I saw some weird stuff, during the concert. I decided it would be a great idea to follow this person. We dropped this, and then,
This is
And
being
then I-
whispered, right?
yeah.
Just,
But obviously I'm not gonna whistle. If we're like recording it, I have to like say it so the viewers can hear me. She dropped her voice, and I'm assuming we're all in a circle reading the mission, and she's explaining like during the concert I saw like these weird glowing red eyes, and then somebody handed something out through the gate, and I tried to follow the person, but they got away, and then when I picked this up, I got knocked out. Essentially. And kind of slips in like, apparently this might give us access to like secret passages in the school or something.
Are you guys being protective on who's allowed to interact with it? Or is like anyone within your group fair game, like while you're talking about it?
I mean, if it's not, if it's a conversation like this, I believe everybody should know. But if it's like, what we're not supposed to talk about, then that could,
Well, I'm just asking, like, if one of the other party members while you're talking went to go like do something with the insignia, would you stop them?
Well, Annika wouldn't
Again,
let
it's-
anyone. Annika wouldn't let anyone touch it. She's like
Okay.
showing it to them, but she's also sort of like. I would say she's holding the folder tightly in her hand, and you can see it in the between the pages, but she's not letting you touch it.
Alexander is interested in as to why it's glowing. You'll probably try to sneak a touch.
Annika will slap your hand away. Well, didn't you hear me? I said I touched it and it knocked me out.
Yes, that is you, but not everybody else is the same.
Maybe there's something more to it that we could gain from it.
Well, for now, let's not interact with it in front of the guards then.
Yeah.
And after that, we'll see.
What's in the folder?
Yeah, I was just about to be like, Gen is while they're doing this reading the folder.
The folder essentially is giving like a diagram that appears to be like a half like worn out underground map essentially. And you can see that it's giving like the focal entry point being the fountain area that you guys are at. And then it's got listed like, go to this location, grab all this stuff, bring it back, than the others that have been stored in this area. We need to get rid of them because we're only keeping Kenzo.
So in other words, it's kill any zombie on sight.
Yep.
Hell, kill anyone infected on sight. Zombie or not yet.
Where is the...
Basically our orders.
Oh, poor Ray.
Where's the place? Like, where does this? Does it have a name to like where does or is it just like an underground map with like no tags?
The map looks like withered and almost nothing. Like it hasn't been well preserved.
Got you. Okay.
Will anybody other than us four know the map, like how to fix the map, or make it more visible?
Martin could.
I was about to say you guys do have your cryptographer with you.
Yeah, maybe Martin could like.
I forgot what
The exact
cryptography
reason.
was.
Yeah, the exact reason we brought him.
I forgot what cryptography was. So
Annika reads like the part where it's like get the shit at all costs. And she doesn't say anything, but like the expression on her face is a little like contemplative.
And then there's also one of those mini hand recorders taped to the folder as well.
If nobody else messes with it, we'll just reach over and hit the play button.
When you hit the play, Mother Gracie's voice pops up. I appreciate all of you volunteering your time on this. We are up against the wall, for lack of better words. The two things we need to do is we need to contain the infection that's been hidden at the school. Like I told you in my office, Kenzo wasn't the first. We've dealt with a handful of small cases and been having the BSAA examine it over the last 6-7 months. Miss Watanabe helped me out greatly in this matter. Unfortunately, with how everything's escalated, I think it's best we only hang on to Mr. Iwata for the time being. So I need you to go down to one of the few areas we have mapped left, the few we have in storage there. I want them gone. And then any data you can get from what our fellow professors and teachers have been working on, I want it recovered and brought back to me. Do this, and then we can plan our next move as far as who's outside. And with that, the recording just stops.
well,
Right.
now
You know the mission now. Get looks at the others.
You know,
How are they all reacting to the fact that they are basically being told, "Hey, kill these people if you see them, or put down these zombies"?
Ray looks.
You're muted, Hales.
Nope, realized. She looks at you and she's like, how long have they been keeping this quiet?
Well, if you believe what is being said, 7-8 months. If I had to guess, probably longer.
Yeah.
And they haven't found a way to do anything about it.
It's hard to do something about them, and again puts basically points at this symbol of umbrella. They don't exactly go away easy.
But these are children.
No. These are trained professionals using children as shields.
No, I get that. I'm just saying. She told me she's trying to help people. But we're just supposed to kill them, and however long this is going on, they haven't found any way at all to...
Unfortunately, many people have different views on what help is.
First off, these people that have been infected, there's not a whole lot you can do for them.
You mean like Kenzo?
Kenzo's dead. Yes, I know his body's moving,
I am so sorry.
but he's dead.
No, I got that. I sort of... He was rifling through Ray's room and attacked... Well, he didn't touch me or anything, but like, it was apparently a close call, and then they locked me in the room for 24 hours. Anyway, sorry, tangent.
Okay. Guess
So I don't know why...
explains the chaos.
She looks at Ray, and she's like, I don't know why... If something's running his body, it would specifically target your room.
Kenzo was never a huge fan of me, so I kicked the shit out of him. I think.
Yeah. They
Well, he's a
retain
sore
a bit
loser,
of
to be
their...
honest. She looks guilty for speaking ill of the dead, but anyways. Yeah.
Death.
Put it to you this way. Whatever the infection is, it's not any of the known ones,
Something.
but
new.
it leaves them with just enough intelligence to remember fractions of their old lives, and probably how to use that against those they knew.
Yeah.
Okay. But weren't you in the infirmary? She's saying this like very quietly.
You saying this to me?
Yeah.
So you look around.
She's-
He'll nod. Yeah. I was.
She lowers her voice even more and she's like, there was a purple chrysalis. There was a substance on Ricky's desk. Like a,
Can I roll to hear this? Yeah.
I want to eavesdrop.
well, I mean,
'Cause-
no,
and
she's
we
saying
are
this
all
to-
very, very close.
She's saying this to all of you. I'm saying she's not speaking as loudly as I am because the guards are there.
Okay,
But
so
she's
you're not hiding it
explaining
from us,
to-
you're hiding it
no.
from the guards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Alright.
she's like, she's basically backtracking and she's like,
Yeah.
in class, Sakura was gone because she took Ricky to the infirmary and there was like this purple fungus on his desk.
What? What?
I couldn't do anything about it before I could try to look at it any closer. They put everything in lockdown. So I kind of faked the reason to try to get to the infirmary and maybe like walk Sakura back to her room or something. But I just saw before she gave me the folder, in one of the rooms there was a purple chrysalis.
That's something new.
Again, puts a hand on your shoulder. Perhaps we should leave this discussion for later. When we're not so close.
Yeah.
to-
Yeah, Sakura will pipe up. Yeah, let's get a bit further away before we let them know we know too much.
They probably already know that we know too much, but okay. Annika, you've been stuck in a dark room for like a whole day, right?
I mean, there was a light bulb and a bucket. It.
Okay. Would you like to take a shower before, we go and do our tasks?
Yes.
Martin will say, I really don't know if we've got the time for that. We did just fight like 4 to 8 zombies that came out the woods less than 5 hours ago.
I also don't think this is the time for showers, given, as Martin says, there are zombies everywhere. And apparently some other issues, not to mention what we're about to do isn't going to necessarily be clean. You may wish to wait to
True.
clean yourself until after.
Well, can any of you read this shit? And she like points to the map.
Here, Martin, can you read this?
Yeah. Martin will look over it. You see him playing with everything. Like, you give him the entire folder, right?
Yeah, sure.
Is the badge still in the folder?
Nope, it's in her pocket.
Martin will look over everything, and then he'll just kind of slowly walk up to the fountain. And then he'll like have the map spread out, and you see him like making etching marks on it, diagramming, trying to figure it out. And he goes, "That be it." And then he points to one of the ends of the obelisk, where Vivian had actually pointed this out back in session 4. The little umbrella indent in the side of the obelisk in the fountain.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a way in.
Alright.
I think your
Badge.
that
Yeah,
is our way in.
probably. Secret passages.
Should probably give that one to Alex. Suffice it to say, he's the one best suited to carrying such sensitive materials.
She looks very concerned because, again, like her experience with it was she was knocked out for a while after she touched it. She's like, "You sure?"
Yes, if what happens again, I'll carry him myself.
All right. For record, I did not want you in danger, and she'll like hand you the badge.
I'll
She's
take
like,
the.
for record, like I don't hate you. Like I don't want you to pass out.
I'll take the badge.
When you go to touch the badge, the moment your finger hits it, it lights up and then it kind of sparks a bit as it basically shocks you through one wound point.
Okay. He'll as he gets shot, like it isn't painful, right?
It's like a jolt of electricity went straight up your arm.
Then I'll just like my arm will twitch up, and he'll just try to grab the card again.
You're gonna try to grab it again?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a resist torture.
Bruh. That will be under what?
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's under cool. I know because I failed that roll.
And no modifiers, right?
No, you got the warning and you're doubling down, so we'll be generous with no modifiers.
Okay, then I'll add 1 to luck from luck.
I'm gonna just dump it.
Ooh.
That's a D100, my man.
D100, my guy.
45.
Close.
Okay, so when you grab it, the shocking basically intensifies, and you basically hear another pop in your head when you hold it for longer than 5 seconds, and you lose another 4 wound points before you're just kicked off of it.
Oh, Alex!
Yeah, Gen will.
Oh
like,
my
try
god,
and catch
no,
him.
no. And Annika like says, "I'll fucking open the damn tunnel." Like,
After getting shocked, after the pop, is there any other side effects?
Nope.
On the bright side, we're damaging your chip further. So they've got probably less control over you.
Holy shit.
yes, you know way more than Annika. Avi.
Yeah. Speaking of which, when they start walking, Gen will put a hand on your shoulder and try to pull you away from the group a little, saying, "We need to talk privately."
I think she'll have been like, no one else is touching this, and walked towards the fountain where they need to be going. Like, I told you not to fucking touch it.
Oh yeah, no,
Be
not
like,
yet,
"Go with
not
it,"
yet. Not yet, no, he's not doing it yet. He's worrying about Alex at
Yeah.
the moment.
Yeah.
As you grab Alex's shoulder, you can see him sweating and pale, and he's heavily breathing. I don't think I am.
Shit.
Do you need me to carry you?
We may need to, I'll be whispering this to you. We may need to find out more about our chips.
Not yet.
It,
Not now.
I don't. Again, it popped again. Whatever that was damaged my chip more than it already is.
Fuck.
So wherever we're going, our professors there and lab equipment, we'll probably be able to see information about the chips. But if there's not, then
Gonna be honest, Ray and I will probably be guided away from such knowledge, but your chip is less effective on you. So while we're doing what we have to, if you find anything, unless you know that it's safe to tell us, I would advise against telling us.
very well.
That being said, if we find Aaron and he's alive, he's the only one that we know is safe. So I'll need you to work with him, okay?
Yes. I feel a little tired. Can you carry me for a bit?
Yeah. That Gen will basically take a knee and essentially have him piggyback on Gen.
And he'll get on.
All right, so Annika, when you put the insignia in, you basically see the obelisk start to glow a little bit of a faint white throughout all of it, and you can see basically it almost outlined the edges of the obelisk. Then in the center, you see it write Spencer. Then on the other side, it writes Ashford. Then on the final side, it writes Marcus, like going down from the top. And then the one side that has the umbrella insignia in it stays completely blank, other than the circle around the insignia.
So no numbers?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you guys see the water stop pouring out the top of the obelisk, and then it basically spreads the obelisk out to the four corners. Then the pool just kind of drains in the fountain. Then you see an elevator come up that's the width of the obelisk, and then it just opens its door.
Alright. Gen will carrying Alex make the trek into it.
I'll be the first one to go in, so I can basically be protecting Gen and Alex. Just in case.
Annika will glance at Alex. Essentially, if there's a moment where she can try to like help him, she'll do it, but if they have to like go down there and keep going, like she's not gonna like impede progress.
So everyone gets into the elevator. There's another insert for the insignia to go in. Obviously, you do have the time to basically pull it out the side of the obelisk, then use it elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
As you do that, you basically see the elevator go down as lights start to flicker around the glass walls of the elevator itself as you go further down. Then you basically see it kind of hollow out as you go further underground. And then you see the light above just kind of shut as the obelisk closes back up.